Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at the disappearance of, I don't know how to pronounce that at all. It looks like her last name is Trang. Maybe it's Sieu Trang. She went missing in 1982. She was Asian, April 3rd, 1982. She was only 13 years old. She went missing from Seattle, Washington. 4'9" only and 95 pounds. That is so tiny. And so it doesn't really give much information. It says she has black hair, brown eyes, and things like that. So I did a name search with her age and stuff, and I'll show you what I used. I put female, right, and then I put age 13 and 1982, and I got 12 results. Okay, and here are the 12 results. So there's some in Florida. There's one in California. There's another one in Florida, one in Texas, one in California, Florida, California, Washington, Virginia, and Louisiana. So we pulled the Washington first. And this Jane Doe in Washington is in Kent, Washington. And she's between the ages of 13 and 24 years old. And it doesn't mean it's her. You know, it could be anybody, right? That fits the description of the Jane Doe. So the victim was she was a victim of serial killer Gary Leon Ridgway, who directed investigators to the recovery site and confessed to the murder. Extensive search yielded about 25 to 30 bones, and he pled guilty to murder one in 2004. So, there's really not much information about these bones. I mean, they could have any color hair, any color eyes. Does it give a height or a weight or anything? Age 13 to 24, year of death 1970 to 1990, estimated around 1980 probably, because it says PMI around 10 years. Sex is female. They're not sure of the race. I don't see a height or a weight. Height cannot estimate. Weight cannot estimate. So this could be almost anybody, right? So this one came up. And then we have, this one was found in 1986 in San Bernardino County, California, age 13 to 17 years old. And that's pretty far away. 4'10", cannot estimate the cannot estimate the weight. They believe whoever this is died between 1976 and 1996, but since she was found in 1986, shouldn't it say 76 to 86 and not 96? So anyway, these skeletal remains were reportedly dug up from a grave in the desert near Whitewater by a chiropractor sometime in 1986. The remains were finally delivered to the San Bernardino County coroner in November 1999. Examination confirmed that the remains had been buried for years, but no other part of the story can be confirmed. Identity can only be established by dental or head x-rays. Thus far, DNA profile cannot be developed. So, and they don't know what happened to her hair, and I would guess since she was buried and somebody else dug her up, her hair might still be where she was buried at, or somebody else might have held on to her hair. I don't know. And they dug it up. So then we have this one in Los Angeles, California, estimated age 12 to 16 years old, and this is a black African American or Asian female. And they found the body in 1990. It says date of death 1965 all the way to 1987, and they were about 5'3". Not sure the weight. It says, or it doesn't give a weight. Skeletal remains found buried in a courtyard of a vacant building at 1250 Southwestern Avenue in Los Angeles. Wow, so I wonder who that could be. And they don't know where the hair is, or what color her hair was. So I don't know if they left the hair when they dug up the remains, or I don't know if they moved the remains and the hair was left somewhere. I don't know. This one was found in 1895 in Santa Cruz County, California, aged 13 to 17. Partial remains located in the riverbed below MM 8.62 on Highway 129. Case was initially believed to be a homestead burial and not forensic. Recent carbon dating of remains returned a date of birth between 1964 and 1967, with an estimated date of death between 1977 and 1984. Updated bio, female 13 to 17 years at death, between 5'1" and 5'7", possibly European ancestry. Rooted hair on scalp is brown. So, those are some of the Jane Does that we have, unidentified females. So if you know, if you have any information about this female and this young lady that was only 13 years old, if you knew her, you knew who she hung out with, you knew what might have happened to her, you should contact authorities and give them any information that you might have. There's their phone number right here where it says Seattle Police Department. You might could email them, if you can find an email on there. So, and then maybe you gave them information years ago, but maybe they don't have that information anymore. Or maybe you didn't feel like the information was relevant and you figured they already knew the information that you have, but now you're thinking maybe they don't. Maybe you were afraid to come forward and give the information years ago, whatever the reason. Or maybe you heard it through the grapevine. Maybe somebody was drinking and they told you this information, or you heard it through a friend or a relative, or it's information that was gotten from one person to the next person to the next person till you got it, and you don't know if it's true or relevant. But any information that you have, you should give that to authorities so that they have that information. Because otherwise, how are they going to get it? And that way they can decide if that information is important or relevant. And if you know any information about these unidentified females, these Jane Does, that they don't know who they are, you should give authorities that information as well. And so you can contact them, and you can see the name is case numbers there, and usually, oh yeah, they have the contact information. So like here's the Santa Cruz Sheriff's Department, and you might can, like I said, you might can email somebody and CC a couple of people in the email in case one of the emails isn't working, and that way you can see that somebody gets it and ask them to forward the information to whoever it should go to that way, and they should do that without any problem. Anyway, don't forget to pray for her loved ones and her family, because she was only 13 years old, and that's really tragic. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please feel free to leave comments, and have a great day. Bye-bye.